Always special to be here in New York City. Thank you all very much for being here for the UFC 295 Prochazka versus Pereira press conference. Of course, the pay-per-view goes down live Saturday night, November 11th, of course, inside this world-famous Madison Square Garden Arena in New York. Limited tickets still available, of course, at the box office. So if you don't have them, now you know. All right, who has the first question? John Morgan, take it away.
Sir, I'd like to start with Jiri, please. Jiri, when you were injured, you obviously vacated the belt so the division could move on, but then there was a draw, and then there was an injury, and so it didn't really move on. In hindsight, do you wish maybe you hadn't vacated the title and that you'd have kept it this time, or do you feel like it was the right choice?
It was the right choice, because show must go on, the division must still grow. Let us see who's the best guy now here, and this guy I want to face. I see.
And Jiri, I know you still kind of consider yourself champion. So what does a victory here mean for you? I mean, is this an amazing new accomplishment in your career to come back from injury and win this again, or is this simply just restoring order in the division, so to speak?
It depends. One side in me, it's taking that it's another fight, another place, another opponent. No, there's no other thing. But the second thing, beautiful city, New York, Madison Square Garden, main event, great opponent. I'm happy for that, so like that.
Thank you, Jiri. But good for Alex, please. Alexei, here you are, just your 7th UFC fight, fighting for a 2nd UFC title, which is a pretty incredible accomplishment. You've been a champion before, but what would this victory mean for you?
Bom, para mim muito especial, mas eu acho que é pelo trabalho que eu fiz desde quando cheguei na organização. Fui campeão, estou tendo a oportunidade novamente aí de estar disputando e levando mais um cinturão em outra categoria.
You obviously have a great opponent here, and should you be victorious, you have a great opponent in Jamal Hill lying ahead as well. But I got to ask, you chased Israel Adesanya for a lot of years. Do you expect him to chase you to 205 as well at some point?
Bom, eu acredito que não. Eu acho que ele deu uma declaração, falou que ficar um tempo parado. E eu tô em atividade, tô sempre lutando. Se ele estivesse lutando, eu poderia pensar dessa forma.
Thank you, Alex. John, just one quicker for you. I usually leave you to the MC duties, but you're pretty great at contextualizing stuff. Here we are, 30th anniversary, 4 athletes from 4 different parts of the world. What do you think this event signifies for the promotion and just kind of where the sport is right now, 30 years in?
Well, it feels like a celebration of coronation, and there's no better place to do it, even for a Boston guy, by the way, than New York City. But it's about the athletes at the end of the day, and I have to shift the focus there. And for Tom Aspinall and Sergei Pavlovich to step up into this type of setting, and these two gentlemen in a fight that on paper is as good as any we can put together, just doesn't get a whole lot better. And check the betting lines, right? Pick'ems on both sides. We're very excited. Countdown is on to Saturday night, John.
Question for Tom Aspinall. Tom, lovely shirt. I saw earlier today the UFC posted a video of people back home in the UK offering their support and their thrill for you to get this spot. I'm curious what it means to you to get that sort of support from back home.
First of all, thanks for the compliment. It was very expensive. I don't like putting my hand in my pocket too much, so special occasions and all that shit. Heavyweight titles coming up, so, got to look sexy, thank you. It was amazing, mate. People like GSP, people like Gordon Ramsay, absolute UK legend. Yeah, it was nice, mate. It made me a little bit emotional, to be honest. I really enjoyed it.
You mentioned there this is a big event, wanting to look sexy. I'm curious, now that fight night is nearly here and that title shot is on the horizon, do you feel like this is a big event for you, or are you just treating it like any other fight week?
Yeah, because of the short notice and stuff, I didn't really have too much time to think, to be honest. It's like I had a 2-week training camp, not even really a training camp, 2 weeks, but I had 2 weeks of training. Next minute I'm flying across the world, I'm here. So, yeah, I didn't really have too much time to think. It feels pretty normal.
As far as the short notice, is this kind of a weird fight where that short notice might not play into a factor because this fight could well be over in 5 minutes?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, mate. It's heavyweight MMA with 2 massive guys. I'm a massive guy. Obviously, he's a massive guy. We've both got some big heads. We're both sniper's dream, they like to call me, with this head. So let's see if we can both, land on each other. And I'm sure one of us is going to land at some point.
Thanks very much. Question for Sergei. Sergei, Tom has continuously called you the most dangerous man in the UFC, but for you, do you believe he is the most dangerous guy you could be fighting this weekend?
Спасибо Тому, что меня так хорошо ценят. Конечно, Том очень опасный парень, который может и побороться, и подраться. Это очень опасный парень. Мы его воспринимаем на все 100%. Тут нет никаких поблажек и так далее. Это будет полноценный бой.
In your opinion, do you believe, based on his movement and your power, that this is a fight of speed versus power?
Но я думаю, тут не только сила против скорости. Я повторюсь, что мы оба бойца, которые могут и в стойке, и побороться. Это вообще противостояние очень интересное, поэтому приходите, посмотрите, будет очень жарко.
Question for Alex back here. Obviously, like John said, since Jiri gave up the belt, we had that draw, and then Jamal Hill won, and then he had to vacate as well. So obviously, Jiri technically never lost his light heavyweight championship. So I'm curious, do you view Jiri as the rightful champion? Are you trying to claim his title, or do you view this as like an actual vacant title fight?
Bom, os dois têm um mérito, né? De alguma forma eles tinham cinturão, então foram campeões. E, pô, isso pra mim não importa. Pô, tô focado nessa minha luta. Quero fazer uma luta muito boa, né? E ganhar mais cinturão.
Okay, my last one is for Jiri. Fighting Alex, of course, you have so many fights so far. Is there some specific in his fighting style that you have to adjust? Like when you see his style, is there something specific that you think about it? How hard it is to fight Alex in UFC?
I'm seeing like completely all of the complexly. I see all of the parts, stand up, wrestling, ground game, everything like in one piece, and that give me my view, positive view, how to deal with that. So what you mean especially?
Just over here, a question for Tom. Like just over here. You mentioned previously about the dark times that you went through with the injury, but it might have been the best thing that actually happened to you. Can you talk a little bit about what you learned about yourself during those dark times?
Yeah, I learned a lot about myself. I learned that big guys need to train with big guys, very important. I feel so much better mentally and physically through training with other heavyweights every single day, 4 or 5 heavyweights, easily a day. And I just wanted to focus everything on becoming the UFC heavyweight champion of the world, if you know what I mean. Before I was like half in and half out. Since the injury, I had a lot of time to think. I had a lot of time to realise what I need to put my focus on, what I need in my life, both inside and outside the gym. And it was a blessing in disguise. It was shit at the time, it was absolutely terrible, but I learned a lot from it and I'm completely different now.
Of course, the UK have had 2 champions, Michael Bisping and Leon Edwards. What would it mean to you to bring the interim title back to the UK?
Yeah, it's massive. UK MMA is so big right now. Like we've got such a small country. We've got so many good fighters in the UFC right now, and in other organisations as well. Like we're doing so well as a country, and it's massive for me to win the heavyweight title and bring it back to the UK. Is absolutely massive.
Alex, over here. How special is it that you're about to become the first person to headline 2 UFC events at Madison Square Garden?
Bom, fico muito feliz, né? Poxa, todo mundo sabe que eu fiz a minha estreia aqui, onde eu fui campeão no médio e tô tendo a oportunidade aí de levar mais esse cinturão. Então, pô, a minha felicidade é imensa. Eu só não demonstro, né? Não dou muita risada, mas, pô, tô muito feliz.
Tom, sticking with you, I know you said yesterday you accepted this fight under the worst circumstances possible. I'm wondering, though, if you'd had a full camp, what do you think the difference in feeling would be right now this close to the fight? Would it be a physical confidence, a mental confidence? How would things be different?
Well, I'm still confident either way. Obviously, I said yesterday in a few interviews, I'm not the type of guy who's going to fly across the world, sign a contract and show up. If I don't think I'm going to win, that's just not in my nature. I would have definitely liked more time to prepare, obviously. But I know one thing, I'm not going to fucking win the fight sat on the couch watching TV, watching it. Like, I'm going to be in there Saturday night, I'm dangerous, and it takes one shot at heavyweight. And I'm not going to land that sat in the UK watching it on TV. So why not be here having a go?
for you, Sergei. You've obviously been the backup fighter earlier this year. You're supposed to be the backup fighter here, and then you get Tom. So you've had like 4 or 5 names on your mind over the course of this year. How much did that help you prepare for this short notice change to Tom and focusing on him?
Ну, в принципе, я делал общую работу, как мы понимаем. Джон Джонс очень хороший борец, Стипов очень хороший страйкер, поэтому мы делали и туда акцент. Такая общая работа. Как мы понимаем, Том у нас парень универсальный. Как я повторюсь, он может и бить, и бороться. Единственные коррективы некоторые внесли, а так в целом подходящая работа была.
How special is this day in your life? You came from a small city in Czech Republic, and now you are fighting, getting your title back in the most famous arena in the world.
Thank you for question. That was since I started with the martial arts. That was in my head, in my visualization all the time. These big moments, and that I can handle the world championship.
And Sunday morning, 6 o'clock, the whole Czech Republic will be watching. 1 month ago, you went media silence. What would you like to say to your friends, training partners, and all the fans, you know, they follow you?
I just want to say thank you to all of the fans from Czech Republic, especially to my team, to all of guys who's standing behind me, and we are going for that. Let's go for that victory.
Thank you. Vítězství.
John, welcome to New York. We are not sorry about the Patriots, by the way. I want to get one question, so I wanted to ask Tom. You said the shirt was very sexy, you had deep into your pockets for this. Where is it from? Shout out the guy.
You don't think it's sexy?
I do. You said it. You said it was a sexy shirt.
Does it look sexy on me though?
100%.
Oh, thanks. That's very nice of you. I think you can't polish a turd, but I'm trying my best over here. I'm not going to shout out where it's from, because I didn't give it for free. If I got it for free, you better believe I'm name dropping. But I had to pay for this shit, so I ain't shouting nobody out.
One last one for Alex. While you were in Glory, what were your thoughts on potentially ever grappling or wrestling? You showed a lot of improvement in that area of your game, especially in your last fight. Do you enjoy it now, and what were your thoughts on wrestling and grappling back then?
Eu comecei a treinar em 2009, né? Foi onde eu conheci o esporte, né? Em 2015 eu comecei a treinar MMA, mas treinava pouco, né? Mas eu nunca imaginei que ia chegar nesse patamar. Isso nunca passou pela minha cabeça.